today's English grammar lesson from AC. Today you are going to learn about one of the types of parts of speech which is called verb. But you will not learn about all the types of the verb in this video. If you want to learn more about types of the verb, you can go to our YouTube channel and learn them. In this video, just you will learn about two types of the verbs which are called transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Let's start. First, what are transitive verbs? Transitive verbs are verbs that need object. It means object is necessary for them. If there is no object in the sentence, maybe the sentence is meaningless. You must have one object to complete its meaning. First, what is object? Object is the receiver of an action. The person or the thing that receives action is called object. Like these two examples that I have written in here. Mostly, direct object must answer what or whom. When they answer what and whom, these are called direct object. Like these examples. Layla passed the test. Okay, what is Layla? You know about that it is the subject of the sentence. What is past? It is verb. Now, how we should understand that is it a transitive verb or intransitive verb? Yes, let's answer what or whom. If the question answers what or whom, it's called direct object. Like Layla passed what? Passed the test. Now, the answer is what? Now, what is past? It is transitive verb. It is transitive verb. Or the next example, last night I finished my project. Now, what is finished? It's a verb again. But is it transitive verb or intransitive verb? Let's answer what or whom. Yeah, what. I finished what? My project. If it answers what or whom, it is called direct object and the verb is called transitive verb. Now, transitive verbs are divided with two groups, two categories. The first one is called monotransitive verbs and the second one is called ditransitive verbs. These are clear for their names. If it is monotransitive, mono means one. Ditransitive, it means two. Monotransitive verbs are verbs that they have one object. Just there is necessary to have one object after them. Like this example, they finished cleaning their rooms. Now, what is the verb in here? Finish. Finish is the verb. They finished what? Cleaning their rooms. Now, what is finished? It is monotransitive verb. It is monotransitive verb. Next part is called ditransitive verbs. What are ditransitive verbs? As I told you at the beginning, it's clear for its name. If it is di, it means two objects. One is direct object, the second one is indirect object. What are direct object? I told you at the beginning, the person or the thing that receives action is called direct object. And mostly indirect objects, before indirect objects we have for or to. Like this structure that I have written here, verbs that are followed by two objects are called transitive verbs. First one is direct object and the second one is indirect object. It is the structure subject plus verb plus direct object, then we have for or to. But I told you there is necessary to put one of them plus indirect object. After to and for, we need our indirect object. Like this example, I sent a gift for my brother. Now, you know that I is the subject of the sentence, the doer of an action. Send is the verb. Now, is it monotransitive verb or ditransitive verb? It's called ditransitive verb because it needs two objects. I sent a gift. I sent what? A gift to my brother. For whom? To my brother. This is called indirect object. Whom for indirect object, and I said what? A gift. This was about transitive verbs. Now it is time to learn about the second type. It's called intransitive verbs. What are intransitive verbs? Intransitive verbs are verbs that do not need object. They need complement, but sometimes it's not necessary to put complement. Sometimes there is no need complement. Just we have subject and verb. Like this example, I cried. I cried. There is no any complement in here. Just I cried yesterday. I cried. Just, but sometimes they need complement that's called patap. Yes, we need patap at the end of them. Patap is the acronym. What is P? It is a place. After the verb, we have a place. Then we have a. It's an adverb. T, time. A, adjective. P, preposition. It means after our intransitive verbs, we have these five. Pa, tap. Pay attention about them. That each letter has a word, place, adverb, time, adjective, and preposition. Okay, guys, let's come to some examples of intransitive verbs like arrive, die, fall, laugh, sleep, smile. These are called intransitive verbs. It means these verbs do not need any object. Instead of that, they need patap. That is added about that. Now, let's come to some examples in here. It is written, the boy cried loudly. At the beginning, I told you sentence, I cried. There was not any patap at the end of that, but in this sentence, we have the boy cried. What is the boy? It is the subject of the sentence. What is cried? It is the verb. Now, how we should understand that is it a transitive verb or intransitive verb? Because in here we have what? Loudly. Loudly, let's answer that question. What or whom? The boy cried what? No, there is no answer for what in here. There is no answer for whom in here because of this reason. It is a intransitive verb. Now, what is loudly? Loudly, you know what? It is an adverb of manner. It's an adverb. That is why cried is intransitive verb. Oh, second sentence. An egg dropped on the floor. See guys, in this sentence, we have dropped. It is a verb. Now, how should we understand? Is it transitive and intransitive? Answer those questions. What or who? There is no answer for them. That's why it is intransitive verb. And at the end of that, also we have a preposition. What is on? It's a preposition. When there is a preposition, it's not a transitive verb. It's called intransitive verb. Third sentence. She always arrives on time. Again, there's a verb in here. Arrive is a verb. How should we understand? Answer those questions. What or whom? There is no answer for them. And also, again, in here we have on. It is preposition. That is why these are called intransitive verbs. Just pay attention that most of the verbs or some of the verbs are transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Like these verbs that I have written, it's written both. What does both mean? Transitive verbs and intransitive verbs like close, eat, open, play, run, sit. Let's write some examples or let's make some examples for them. For example, eat. I eat a sandwich. Now, what do you think? In here, in this sentence, eat is a transitive verb or intransitive verb. Think about it. It is transitive verb. Why? I eat a sandwich. I eat what? Sandwich. Now it is transitive verb. Next example. I eat at the restaurant. At the bar restaurant. Now, in this sentence, it is transitive or intransitive. Think about it. Yeah, it is intransitive. Why? Because there is no any answer for what or whom. But instead of that, we have preposition. Patap. We have preposition where? At the restaurant. Now it is called intransitive verbs and transitive verbs. This was all about transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. I hope that you have learned something from this video. Have a nice time. Talk to you next time, inshallah.